up a seat to the bar and join us for another episode of McAnally's Pubcast, a podcast exploring the fun and fantastical mind of Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files series. Hosts Tansen, Jess, and Maggie bring you another round of literary analysis on this immense, immersive, and colorful environment inhabited by Harry Dresden, the world's only licensed private investigator and professional wizard. Join an active and engaged community of new and die-hard dedicated fans focused on the fabulous themes, theories, characters, context, lore, and more. This is McAnally's Dresden Files Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk. Welcome to the McAnally's Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. This is episode 18.22, Kill Them With Kindness, where we are covering the novel White Knight. My name is Tansen, and I'm joined by Maggie.
Hello.
And Jess.
Fraught. Describe something that causes or involves a lot of emotional stress or worry.
Everything in this chapter. Chapter 41. Lash pleads for Harry to take up the coin in order to save them. She instead decides to give Harry the edge he needs to overcome Vittorio's attack.
Again, some beautiful cinematic descriptors in this chapter.
I was thinking about that, because you could just I don't know if this scene has been done before with that slow time, or you see the clock go tunk-tunk.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tunk-tunk.
It's
still effective. I like it.
But, yeah, probably why is because we have all experienced it somewhere in some movie at some point. But, yeah, just the hollow boom and the slowing down and the tunk. But, yeah, it's just really cool.
This lovely
very
little
effective
time warp, or rather hyper-braining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She just made her thoughts quick.
That is slow down time. Time, as you know, it doesn't exist, first of all, you crazy people who think you invented time.
Yeah, so...
It's our favorite shadow agent.
I love how, he starts going through, is this how I'm dealing with death? No, wait, I had the thought that I'm independently of the depression. Is that how I'm dealing? I should no, you fucker.
I presume...
Oh, hey!
Exactly. I presume that Lashiel was about to make me an offer I couldn't refuse.
And yet I did. I mean, bullies you. Because if you're gonna give in, this would be a time to give in.
What, save my life?
Yeah.
And everyone around me?
And that whole, I can teach you to call the coin to you at any given time. Ooh, so all that effort to, bury it was for nothing. That's scary.
I know. And I mean, they kept trying to tell him, what are you doing? You do okay, for sure. You put it in your little concrete.
Before we get too far, I do want to point out that using this, that we only use 10% of our brains is
long since
is a myth. It is not true.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for this book.
It does in this book. I feel like even by then, though, I'm pretty sure that was busted, even back then.
Yeah. So Lash makes a very desperate plea for him to take up the coin, and she is uncharacteristically emotional. This
well, just her being please, I don't want to die, and Harry being I also don't want to die, and making a deal with you is death, dude. There will be no Harry Dresden after that. I'll be a new thing too.
Yeah, it's crazy, this whole... Because like you say, if ever there was going to be... And Harry has spent the whole time, right, again, why didn't you pick up the kid instead of the coin? And da-da-da-da, right? So here he's given this impossible... Here is... And the fact that he does still manage to be no. And she's, dude, what the fuck are you? You literally are on this impossible situation. You've got bad guys bearing down on you. You've got bombs about to go off. You've got, just no hope anywhere. It's just lose. And he still is even though, again, right, his whole thing has been to I don't want to die. I want to keep going. I want to,
a lot of the time when Harry does these choices, whether or not he's, right or wrong about it, he seems to think it's the only possible way. And for whatever reason right now, he's so calm about this. He's no, Lash, I think there is another way. No, Lash, I don't think this time it has to be on me. I think it can be on you this time. And just her pleading is, and Harry's just so calm. He's no, Lash, I think we can make it out of this, but...
and maybe that is part of it. Maybe he's so calm because he's I know you've got, again, just... And I mean, part of it could be that, again, you're trying so hard to convince me that it also means you can do something else,
Please don't make it on me. Why can't it just be on you? But...
Yeah.
I mean, this is what Harry's been saying, and this back and forth between them really only started in this book. Really only started 3 or 4 chapters ago. when Harry was like, no, dude, I'm changing you just as much as you're choosing me, okay? I may be affected, but so the fuck are you, right?
Yeah.
So this seems to be a very
New concept.
no, but really fast turnaround to already have to be putting into practice. It'd be like, she didn't get to sit on it for very long.
Yes,
Harry's like,
yeah.
are you or are you not changed? We're gonna
he's
find
like,
out
hey,
right
you
now.
know what I told you a minute ago? That, you're separate enough from that, let's see. What can you do with that? How do you feel about that? Where do you want to go with that? But yeah, this whole very, like, again, the hardcore temptation that, again, is what she is all about. But she's like, it's fine, you guys can work together. And he's like, yeah, if I do everything she says. Like, like, again.
We can negotiate. No, really, we can.
Yeah. No, I don't know if we can.
I think it helped that the very first time that Harry gazed on one of the fallen, it was to see that man on the cross and be like, yeah, what kind of life is that? Oh, power, great. Yeah, that's exactly where I want to end up.
I was going to say, that is, you're right, an advantage because he sees behind the curtain, right? It's not just all that glitters is gold kind of a thing. He's like, yeah, I have seen what happens.
But I think even if you'd seen like Namashiel and... No, not Namashiel.
Thorn Namashiel.
Yeah, that's
the magician guy.
Oh my gosh, who's fucking throaty guy? Judas guy.
Oh, Nicodemus.
And his guy.
And Duriel. Throaty guy. I'm like, I'm literally thinking of everybody with the top guy. I'm like, well, Ursula's guy looked on, and then there's like...
Anyways.
Cassius.
Mr. Judas himself.
Gotcha. That guy.
I think had you soul gazed on him, you might not have seen the same level of torture. I'm not saying that Nicodemus hasn't necessarily been influenced and changed and corrupted, but he did say that he had a much more partnership sort of thing going on. Maybe we're wrong, and it's not like that at all. He just thinks it is like that, but I get the impression that it is more of a partnership between them. But the very first time that he gazed on it, it was to somebody that was very much not in control and had been taken over by the beast and was just a host. And I think that is...
Yeah, and I think that's I think we can take that as to take the word of that because and again we almost never see we only ever see Anduriel in like the chatter form. You're right. That's what they say. They're like Nicodemus doesn't need to shift because he's powerful without it and he's working in control and he does it right. The fact that everybody else shifts and uses is. Again, not necessarily a weakness, but again, another sign that, I think that is fair that you're right. He would not not that it would have been pretty, but not necessarily the same subjugated kind of, right? Whereas, the crazy old guy who's, basically crucified in stone kind of a thing and just, that.
But I guess good on Harry for not being so arrogant to think that that could be him and that he is like, no, I probably will be the guy on the cross, totally subjected to Lashiel, and that's not... How is that helping my friends either? I might as well die then.
Yeah, again, it might take... Because that's the thing too, right? Like, Nicodemus is obviously not a nice guy. Mm-hmm. And the reason that works is because Nicodemus doesn't need Anduriel to torture and, right? Nicodemus is like, all right, whereas Harry isn't, is the other side of it, right?
And Harry's not making these power deals to live another day. He's making these power deals to protect his friends and protect the people of Chicago and to fight for the things that he believes in.
Yes.
I think in this instance, just like he can, if he doesn't accept it and she doesn't save him, the worst case scenario in this instant is that the cave gets blown up.
With him in it.
And unfortunately, like a few of people he knows dies, but Chicago isn't at stake. But
not even people he knows. He's gotten them all through the gate. That's what he's saying. Is he's like, I at least saved them, so I can die now. I don't have to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's like
if they were still
Lara
in the
and
cave,
Marcone. He's not going to feel that bad about killing Marcone.
Yeah.
He's ultimately not going to feel that bad about killing Lara.
He's like, if my friends were still in this cave, I might make this deal. Okay, if Thomas and Murphy and Justine were still in this cave, if Ramirez was still in this cave, then I might have made this deal. They're already out. Why would I do it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's literally just, and then like he's saying, he's trying to save Lara for the greater good, and but ultimately, when it comes down to it, exactly, if this is his time,
it means it's the end of the
right. Like at least he's accepted that. For all Harry wants to continue to go on to save everybody, it's as much as in. The last book or the one before that where she's like, you're basically just committing suicide. You're just choosing not to do any, and he's like, well, you're missing the fluff. I just want to commit suicide. Then I might as well go ahead and do this dangerous spell. And right. Like Harry doesn't want to, but at the same time, he has sort of always accepted to a point that if he doesn't make it this time, like I tried my best and somebody else has to worry about saving. Like again, if I'm dead, I don't have to worry about saving the world.
Yeah.
So exactly where he's at right now. He's like, it's going to be shitty for Murphy because now the White Court power deal is gone and blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, I got rid of a big super bad guy.
Yeah. One way, one
one way or another.
That's why it's crazy to me that Lash actually turns so easily, because she very quickly is just like, she doesn't fucking deserve you, dude.
Yeah.
And like, it's just like, there was not a lot of convincing there. There was not a lot of, like, Harry was just so steadfast where he was in it. He was just like, no, dude, not worth it. She's like, damn, okay.
And again, is that the power of being right inside the mind? She's like, I know he's not budging on this. There's no point in, but you're right. It is for all its import. It's not a very long conversation. Although I do find it strange at the very beginning when he first starts talking to her and he like tries to look around and she's like, don't even try, you'll hurt yourself. I'm like, so you can have this big emotional back and forth, and I'm like, why can't you I don't know, it just seems weird to me. That I was like, all the things she's doing is slowing down time, but I'm like trying to look around. He might injure. I'm like, what, is it because you like sped up the process? He's gonna like get whiplash in his eyeballs or something because he's not working? Like, what is that?
That's kind of how I took it. It was like,
I mean, honestly,
if he can have a full-on conversation in 3 seconds, him trying to look and he sped up like this will snap his neck.
Okay,
yeah,
maybe
I did kind of take it that way too.
Okay,
like it's like the speed of thought right now. Like we're not moving right now. Just relax.
I guess I was thinking literally just like looking, like moving his eye. But I guess you're right. If he's like trying to move his head and his body around, then you're right that he might do damage to himself. Okay, all right, I'll take that.
Okay, so possessed by an outsider.
Yeah, we get
does
some
that not
big
make Cowl the outsider? I
reveals.
thought that's who the one was giving him his power. So,
That's what we all thought.
so he's got
Apparently
power
not.
outside of Cowl and is then hooked up with Cowl to form an alliance? Or is Cowl the one who got him with the outsider or something like that?
All good questions. Yes, exactly. Which came first, the cowl or the egg? I don't know. Yeah, who introduced who to who?
Yeah, so we got 3 really big points that she just gives up
Cowl
right
or the
there.
egg.
So, like you said, that Vittorio is possessed by an outsider, and that's where he's getting his power from. That the circumstances of his birth allow him to wield power over outsiders. And not only that, it wasn't a demon that he fought when he was a teen.
It wasn't just any old
He who walks
demon.
behind
What the fuck
is
you
an
think
outsider.
that was, Harry?
And not just like a lesser, like this is a powerful knight
He's got
of
a
their
name.
ruling class, like, and he just overthrew him as a teenager. Like,
He's got a he-who name. That makes you...
Yeah.
And furthermore, overthrew him as a teenager because your mom orchestrated the events of your birth.
Yeah.
She specifically gave birth to you when she did, or, got pregnant with you and
That
then
is
gave
like
birth to
a
you. She
lot
timed it
of
all out.
raspberry tea. Well, the getting pregnant is sort of, but yeah, I don't know if that came first or what she realized once she was pregnant she could, but...
No, I think that was like what's kind of implied here is like she escaped Wraith because she was like, well, you know what I could do? She's like, if I could get pregnant in the next year, right now, I can time this out like...
See, because I thought she was pregnant when she escaped.
No. Malcolm's her dad.
Malcolm is not her dad.
Malcolm is her baby daddy.
I know that.
Do you?
I
She went and found him after she escaped.
Yes, and yes, that is part of it. I've never broken it down, but at the same time, because I guess she must have got, pregnant immediately then, because that's the whole thing. Because she was 5. Thomas was 5 when she left, and him and Harry were only like 5-6 years apart. But if they were actually like 5 years apart, and she was, then it. Because, I mean, Wraith had her, but at the same time, it's not like they give a shit about monogamy. He wouldn't necessarily have known, and if he had, he wouldn't necessarily have cared if she was banging someone else on the side. But to actually leave and fully detach herself and walk away from Thomas.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Neither one of us have specific proof to that.
I feel like I do. I feel like I just know.
You just keep saying that, but... Your arguments are fraught with holes.
So some way, somehow, Lash is like, bro, you can control this guy if you just try, which is...
Or have power over it, I guess, in some ways. Not necessarily
Like, he's not
control.
human, so it's not against the law, right? Outsiders aren't human, so it's not against the law.
They're not even, of this reality, so it's not even like Toot Toot, where he almost kind of got in trouble for imposing his will on someone else.
Okay, Morgan, mind your fucking business.
Right. This
said not humans, what the fuck?
This outsider is way outside. There's definitely no contention.
That being said, it does seem like a big thing to throw on a person and be like, just do it. You just do it, man.
Yeah.
1 + 1 is 2, just do it. It's not that hard.
You have the power. Still, though, this has got to be... the start of this conversation did have to be... This whole conversation unsettling right from the start, because he even makes a point when she first... Because, again, she's, talking to him, and then she appears to him really quickly. And she's, fucking crying and blotchy. And, she's trying to sell her point hard, right? That she is legitimately distraught. And even that, I'm like, so I can totally believe that she is, because she is.
She's also a manipulator.
But she's also
what's the best way to manipulate somebody, especially using emotion?
Especially Harry with a distraught crying woman and the whole. So yeah, even that. See, friggin' liars. You just can't be just now. Boy Who Cried Wolf. Is she actually distraught, or is she just playing them one more time?
Well, he can just
a little
tell.
bit of both.
He can just tell.
Well, I mean, she doesn't live in his head, so I guess he's.
I do want to point out this nice little, a tiny little tidbit here where that Butcher puts in here. Lash, rather. I think this is like a really solid indication that she is officially now her own entity, completely outside of the fallen angel, Lash.
Well, she's kind of, she said a while ago, like, she'll never forgive me. She would never let me back in if I were to do that. And this seems to be, the decision. Now she's like, all right, fuck it, we ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
I like those little details. It's kind of like where the monsters turn from she to it when they change form, and this is like right along.
I was going to bring this up in a later chapter, but I do find it interesting in this because, like I say, that couple of chapters ago that Jessica mentioned, where he's like, well, maybe you're not so much her anymore. Like, you're just, right, a copy of a copy of a copy, but you've, right, Lash. But in this entire thing, he keeps going, Lashiel. Like, up to this point, it's very, right? And I'm like, I see what you're doing there, I think. Like, you stop. Because, again, most of the time he's been referring to her as Lash, but this whole entire chapter up until that point again, he's been calling her Lashiel. So I'm like, so even in your own head, are you thinking, like, what is Harry's thought process, right? Because he's the one saying, like, I think you've evolved into a different thing. But then he's like, oh, you're Lashiel. Oh, wait, you're going to do something for me? Okay, Lash. Like, why was he not calling her Lash up until then and reinforcing that separation?
Well, he corrects himself, though. So, like, that's maybe where he decides, like,
I guess
and he's acknowledging it.
Right? That I was like, because like you say, it's she and it. We've seen him use these very specific. So I was like, why all of a sudden were you sort of seemingly backtracking? Or was it only to make it more poignant in that moment where they're like, oh, I guess I got to go back to calling her like Lashiel because I got to make a really big deal in a minute that she's going to be Lash. Like, I don't know.
I agree. It was a little bit
clocked
confusing back and forth, but
no, not confusing. Just an interesting. Which way are you? Yeah. But yes, as I did notice it that same way that it is. Anyways, regardless of whether she manipulated her pregnancy, she definitely manipulated the birth. That you can have a little bit of minor control over if there's definitely, like you say, raspberry tea and shit, I'm sure is like one of those things that's supposed to like induce labor and stuff. So
my stepmother very famously induced her birth, okay? Very famously. She did everything in the world and then got the baby on the day she wanted. So it clearly works.
Only because she's a big old copycat. But
doesn't matter. She did like 85 things she found on the internet and then she gave birth. It was genius.
One of them, yeah. There are. Don't worry, guys. She was to term. It wasn't anything wacky. She just
specifically wanted to be born on that day.
Yes. But yes, there definitely are lots of and things that again you're supposed to avoid during, so you don't induce labor at like 3 months and shit like that. But anywho, yes.
So villain speech time.
But once again, now we've got this starboard. Once again, Harry is asking for questions, and once again, nobody's telling him shit. I'll tell you in a minute.
I think she knew.
Right? It's the typical, like, no problem. As soon as I get back, we will have that conversation.
But what did she have to lose in telling him? Why did she still delay it? Just because there's no time? Bitch, it's speed of thought.
Speed of thought, yeah, exactly. Could have just, because she's like, I'll tell you what. I'm like, you could have, like, just boom, like, info dump that. Even if I get in the grand scheme of things, a minute and a half is not a lot of fucking time. And I would be, sweating bullets because, again, I know how easily I can get distracted and lose a minute and a half with, I would be so dead in that case. But since you've got this whole big, long conversation going on, and it has been like 4 seconds, even if it took like fucking 30 seconds of info dump, you still have a relatively large chunk of the remaining time to...
Well, to be fair now.
A minute and a half.
That's not true at all.
That's when time comes back.
Yeah.
He only
it's not still sped up when the time comes back. You need every second you can get.
Yeah, because he's not allowed to move.
Yeah, 30 seconds is a lot. So, maybe like 10 or 15.
Okay,
but still, go fast, Lash.
Even still, but you know what I mean?
Well,
like, yeah, he
a
still
minute,
has
25 seconds
She
is
could have said
too
something
long to get out of this.
Or she could have been like, I implanted all the information information in this like one part of your brain. Unlock it. Bye.
Yeah, maybe she did. Well, if you're not smart enough to find it on your own, I'm not telling you. But yeah, it just, again, right, there could have been something. Oh, here you go. Go look up, here's a little Dewey Decimal number to go.
3.1414. There's Rooster Teeth. Yeah, I think it was like Gus and Bernie, I think. But it could have been Gavin or, I don't know. Point is that they were talking about, like, what if there's like a sequence of events where you just unlock your brain? Like if you do
what is Rooster Teeth?
Just be quiet. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And it's just like, oh, if you're like egg, chicken, dog, Space Force, and you just like your brain explodes or whatever like that, and the person's trying to come up with that, and their friends are like, no, don't do it. And it's like, Harry, just lock in on this moment. But yes, okay, Vittorio. Beat the shit out of Lara because she fucking sucks. Beat the shit out of Thomas because he's a fucking dick. I wanted you on my team, bro. You betrayed me. First, beat the shit out of Harry Dresden because it's his book, guys.
But who always gets in the way? The wizard. So let's get rid of the wizard. He actually is onto something. He just doesn't know that he does not have the upper hand anymore.
It's cute. There's Harry's already said it a couple of times throughout the series, but in the most recent one, Outlaw, Harry's like, so-and-so screamed like a baby, but because it's my book, I did not.
Nice.
Sounds
Yeah,
about right.
Usually he's more subtle about it. He's like, I very obviously did not scream like a little girl. So yes, he finally comes back to himself, realizes he's got full control of everything, so immediately, I froze in place and played dead. Alright. So yeah, more crazy stuff, more bad guy villain speech. Harry's like, fuck this shit. They're so vindictive.
Fire, you say?
My God, what would Harry do if the world did not set him up with these straight lines all the time? Mm-hmm. Oh, the perfect place to interrupt a vampire conclave? Oh, the perfect time to stop playing dead and fire at this asshole? Like, fuck Harry.
Oh, the perfect vampire to kick in a knee.
Whoo, Harry, you say, like the universe is out to get you, but really, you got someone writing some good lines and some good openings for you.
We were a movie.
All of a sudden, there's action happening again. People are running and screaming and flailing and fighting and... Put a pin in this for now, you wraith bitch. That's horrible. Vito, you might as well be crazy. Your villain dialogue sucks.
But Harry's dialogue is amazing. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to take my people, and I'm going to blow up your motherfucking cave.
It doesn't say that, though.
But I'm summarizing. That's basically what he says.
Yeah, he's
like, it's been a long day, dude. I'm feeling a little on edge.
Well, I do like that.
If I go, I'm taking you with me.
I was going to say that. When will they learn? You're not going to kill yourself. And literally, Harry's like, why the fuck, right? Like, I got no way out. Yeah. Like, I'm not just going to go boom instead of, like, letting you guys, like, tear me apart or whatever. Like, are you so fucking... Every villain everywhere, and they're like, oh, no, it's okay. I'll just let you go when they're... And every single time, they're like, no, you fucking... like, let me go and I'll let your girlfriend live. And it's like, as soon as we're out of there, she's going to kill me anyways. I'm like, why do they ever think that's... I'm like, I get why. But you know what I mean? Like, how often in the face of, like, a true thing where they're like, is that actually going to, like, all of mankind or my one girlfriend? Gee, maybe I'm not going to believe that you're actually going to let them go and not kill all of mankind. Maybe I will just, it doesn't work. Especially when it's yourself and not, like, your girlfriend or some shit. But yeah, Harry's just like, yeah, don't
This
care.
is why people like reading dark romances now. You're like, no, I want the guy that'll kill the whole world for me.
That's how it is. Gotcha. I don't care if there's no world left to live in, as long as there's just us. Nothing says true love like genocide.
It would be peaceful.
It's true. But then you'd have nobody to wait on you.
What do I need?
Food, bedding, cleanliness, like...
Did you not?
You don't
Did you
do
miss the whole
those
part
things?
about the guy who killed the whole world? He's there.
Gotcha.
He's not
gonna do
stopping
all
a genocide.
all your cooking and cleaning, as well as hunting and gathering, as well as building. And okay, not gonna have a lot of time for romance, but all right.
Well, I'll be reading. Finally, I have a lot of books to get through now that I have a job.
Right? Jess is like, fuck that shit. I don't need that part.
He's busy.
So it turns out a shotgun in the face is pretty motivating.
Yeah,
So it works.
it's
No,
not.
You're a little bitch, dude. All this, and now you're just gonna be like, oh, gun to the face, do whatever you want. He just tore through like a bajillion humans, and you're like, oh, please don't shoot me, Mr. Harry Dresden. No, please, everyone, you can go.
This is why he's a wussy little fucking
my
sniveling
God,
weasel rat. Because, like all of that. I don't care how it
I don't care. Do whatever you want. Man.
Right? I don't care about what
And then, this is the most perfect time that Harry could have been like, oh no, did we accidentally leave Marcone behind? Like, shit, I didn't even see him in all that hubbub. Like, no. He's like, Thomas, pick him up and take him through. Like, Harry, you're too good.
Yeah, right. Just in case he somehow survives this ginormous blast that he set up. I don't want to have to deal with him showing up on my doorstep and being like, listen, asshole.
But again, having to trust, like, Lara, of all people, to be like, back, step, left, like...
Yeah.
Because she could have absolutely done the same thing.
She could
Some high
absolutely...
stakes there.
Well, and again, I think in that point, again, he's got no... Because he didn't ask her to cover. She just was suddenly there. So he's like, well... Again, either she's telling me the truth and I will live, or she's lying to me and I will die, and I'm going to die anyways, so... But yeah, exactly. Just the fact that he is just like, all right, I'm gonna just go with it. Because he's like, he doesn't know his Vittorio still. If he turns his back on him, he's like still got a shot at him or whatever, right? So he's trying not to do the whole.
So at least finally now, instead of all of the insinuation that Cowl is probably there. Yes, he is. And he attacks. He's very angry. It's dramatic.
Offspring of a comet and a pterodactyl. What the fuck is that?
I don't know what that was.
Apparently that was the offspring of a pterodactyl and a comet. That's what they sound like.
Marcone keeping up the count for Harry is actually genuinely so nice, because when Cowl appears and Cowl fucking blasts their gate and the gate starts closing, and Harry's even trying to still be like, Laura, go, like, you can make it through, you're fast enough, whatever, and she slams him, and Marcone keeping the count up, because when the gate closes, at least they know they've got 18 seconds to do this.
left.
Marcone could have not done that, and then they were like, who the fuck knows? But
Yes.
him even knowing, like, you're gonna be stuck in here, you got 18 seconds, figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
And also, my second question is, I know it's a lot of power, I know Harry's thrown a lot, is it really gonna take more time for Harry to just immediately reopen the gate again? And just slash his way back to the Never Never? Like, I feel like that could have been like another 1 second job to just been like, all right, slash it open, jump through, slash it close again.
Again, well, he has stated at other points that, yes, it does require a fair bit of energy. So once it was open, to keep it open, not so bad, but to reopen it, yes, I think is going to be...
I just feel like it would have been the time to then collapse on the other side, or have Ramirez close it, or I don't know.
I agree, but he
yes,
keeps
okay,
saying, right? He established
As
to
we're
us,
going to get in the next chapter, that he has to sort of supplement the last-ditch effort spell.
I was going to say, he already said 3 spells ago that he was out of magic. So, he's like, he's been setting you up for the fact that he's got nothing.
I just feel like one big hurrah could have been getting through the Never Never again.
Yeah, but
book is ending. We don't have time for you to actually land on Arctus Tor's doorstep again because you weren't paying attention. It didn't concentrate.
Maybe that too is exactly. Maybe there is not.
I do like that Marcone kept the count up, because that's very useful information for him to have been like, you're not going to make it through. Here's something you need to know.
Well, even not. I mean, I don't even know if it was a guaranteed he didn't think you were going to make it. It was more just the fact that you only have 18 seconds to make it through until it blows. I
just think it was very present of Marcone to be like, this is relevant information you need to know.
Yes, one way or the other. Absolutely.
Even for Marcone to have been like, I was out for a minute or two just then, and I'm still back up and being like, okay, we're at 25 seconds out.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to the last.
Just got psychically attacked, but you gotta know.
No.
All in all, it's very good, quick action scenes with plot and twists and stuff.
Alliances everywhere.
Alliances and broken alliances and confirmations. And I know Cowl was here, which I was 99% sure of, but I still don't know what the fuck a Starborn is.
But yes, Lara, and even Lara not trying to abandon Harry is like, holy shit, because
she could have dived through the gate and been like, well, he's out of my hair now.
Yeah.
But she has such good uses for him. Even more than Harry has for her and that.
We'll get to that.
Laura's good at using, so it's really hard for her to just leave him there.
thank you so much to our Patreon subscribers for your generous support. It's people like you who help us keep doing what we're doing. If you're not yet a Patreon subscriber, sign up today and get a fuck ton of bonus content, kick-ass merch, behind-the-scenes outtakes, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/freeflowrambling.
Chapter 42. In a last act of desperation, Harry fuels his shield spell using a powerful kiss from Lara. They are catapulted out of the deeps. Lara and Harry agree on a settlement as a result of the White Court's actions.
Based on nothing but that description, that was one hell of a kiss. Lara powers him with a kiss, and they go flying out of they're catapulted out of the deeps. Bling! But yes.
But kinda.
That is, yeah.
Empty night indeed.
Empty night indeed. So now again, yes, all the other light. Now we only have Cowl's gate lighting this huge, ginormous, empty cavern. Good thing Lara can see in the dark.
Right? I think how it's described for Lara's movements sort of just reminds me at this point of a True Blood vampire. How they're like zoom, zoom.
Which I
zoom.
didn't watch or read, so I will take your word for it.
Yeah, they've got these really great sped up,
But
like,
gotcha.
fast forward, like
The flash kind of.
they'll be there, and then you'll see like this trail kind of thing.
Right. I gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down. But immediately,
So step one, trust me.
What can I do to help?
Step two, kiss me.
I know it sounds weird, but okay. It's just, I'm like, well, given everything they were going through before, I guess Laura's like, fuck whatever, I'm hungry, I'll eat, sure, whatever.
I do like the hey tick tick. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fair point. She's like, well, the ghouls are guarding up there, and this is close here. So he's like, quick, let's go over there. And she's like, where you just said the fucking ghouls are? It's like, hey, you want to go or not?
She is crazy strong and fast, though. To be able to just haul Harry the fuck around and wield a sword. I mean,
I was
the
going to...
deceptive strength with these vampires is crazy.
Yeah, it is insane. Because Lara is tallish for a woman, but she is still just... She's not Harry
Little
tall.
girl, you know, yeah.
Yeah. And exactly, to be able to haul Harry.
Just in case
Wow.
you didn't remember,
Flying
she is supernatural.
Harry even just said it himself. Like 2 chapters ago, he went when they were running over to get the Wraith group or whatever. He's like, he slipped in some ichor, and he's like, amazingly for me, I didn't fall on my ass. But she's also dodging all these guts and slime and bodies
and vampires
moving things
and doing it fast as fuck.
And doing it fast as fuck. So again, here's where how far was his gate from the mouth? I mean, they obviously weren't that close, but obviously it took him less than 18 seconds to get over there, so whatever. She leaps halfway back across the cavern or whatnot.
The drama of this moment is just so much for me. Just like, so funny.
We got like 3 pages about this kiss. That
Well,
only
on
lasts
ebook
for
it's
like
3 pages.
2. Well, okay,
In the
fine,
book.
sorry. It's 5.
And everything starts getting just slightly a little bit phallic, really.
Oh, very quick.
And I mean, on the one hand, sexy woman kissing you at the end of the world.
A powerful man!
So
Let us ejaculate out of this tunnel. I mean,
what?
That's certainly the correct word.
But yes, we get a lot on, she once boasted that she could do more to me in an hour than a mortal could do in a week. And it made him feel so strong and masculine and virile.
It's a fun escape, really.
In more ways than one. But yeah, so there you go, Jessica. Apparently, I don't know, he would have been too... See, you really hear his shield bracelet is doing what... He's already got that, like, pre-program built in, right? Maybe to open up, because obviously, he's borrowing some power. But maybe that would have distracted him too much. He would have got lost in the kiss to actually, open the gate or something. Whereas here he doesn't have to do anything. He just has to stand there and stick himself in a super monkey ball. I don't know.
Is that borrowing power? I don't think that's borrowing power.
It's the power of a hard-on. Woo!
I kind of took it to be like, like how drunk people can fall from great heights and not get hurt because they're like so relaxed. If Laura's gonna kiss me, I'm just gonna relax so much that when this blast happens, it's like
no, I don't think, because he does say lust is an emotion, and motion is, he does channel some of that in to give him a boost. I take it that a little bit like when he razzed Ramirez right at the end. He's like, oh, not bad for a virgin, and then he's like, Ramirez was flagging, but all of a sudden he came back blasting again, right? Like, not necessarily power the same way as like the outsider, but yeah, exactly that. Fueling his emotions to give him that he can turn that into biofuel or whatever. So yes, not specifically her, but yes. But once again, he almost misses the mark because he's all ready to just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna get laid. And then he's like, oh yeah, no, wait. I did this for a reason, not that reason. So yes, this was kind of cool. I think I remember being kind of like, oh my God, the first time reading this at 3 a.m.
It is really quite perfectly written as a cinematic scene. Like, it's just like these last few chapters are just like playing like a movie, vivid movie in my mind. Like, it's great.
And we get like mini flashback or like callback, I should say, to the elevator scene in book 1, where again,
bang, bang.
Yeah, builds this whole big cushion of air around him so that their very solid steel box is not gonna, they're not gonna smash themselves into it. And he's like, let me just put my force field around me, but pack in a little, bubble wrap so that's...
You see, I have been paying attention this whole time.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was just in time where I was like, what happened to True Love's protection? And that's when she I kept reading. I was like, oh, there it is. Okay.
But even still, it's again, happening as fast as it is, couple of seconds, click, boom, I get it. But still, to you to get even with the power of this thing, right? You've been blasted all the way up. It fucking took them like a half an hour to fucking walk down this tunnel slope or some shit.
Well, the velocity of a cannonball.
But even still, but I'm like...
It's all that adrenaline,
But
too.
everything else has been, like, instant, right? The instant Thomas touched Justine. Lara's got a burn because she picked up a wedding ring. But she can start kissing him for, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. And it's not until she goes
Harry
to
was
start...
so distracted he forgot he was in love.
God, right? Like, it makes you wonder. Like, again, it's just that's not instant. Like,
well, and he told her to trust him. Like, so she's like, this fucking sucks, but okay. Until she could no longer handle it. I don't know.
Again, who
knows?
It seems in other instances it has been more instantaneous, where this gave him those couple of seconds before it was like, oh, wait a minute, ow!
She does say that it's fading. Like, it's been 4 years, so...
And maybe
she
that
says it's fading. It's still there. It's fading, but it's still there. So that's just why it takes a couple of extra seconds for it to kick in.
Maybe that is all it is. That, yeah, it just...
She really literally explains it there.
Yeah.
Well, but...
I don't know.
Fading, if it's still in effect, you'd think would still happen, instantly, not...
Still needed to get them out, so
yes.
We have to suspend this disbelief right now. Just because otherwise... Oh, and they died, and she has blistered lips while they die.
Yeah.
I do wonder about him telling Lara the truth about Susan, though. You could have just let her think her intelligence sucked, and then maybe she would have fucking backed off a little, but he's immediately like, no, it's been 4 years, and she's like, oh my God.
But even that, she's like, I just always assumed you and
Murphy,
Karen. Yeah, and even
that sucks.
Even that, he could have been like, yes, me and Murphy are a thing, and we're deeply in love
so
now.
stay away from me and her.
Stay away from me and Mur, right?
He's so honest, it's annoying.
It's all that brain damage.
Except to accomplish a lot more otherwise.
She was fucking enemies, but Ramirez, you can't let him know he's got a backup plan. Oh, here, Laura, let me just spew my soul out and give you all these things you can eventually and will use against me.
I'm sorry, Ramirez. I fucking hate the White Council so badly. I wish you were a vampire.
I'm literally cutting off my nose to spite my face, even though you are my number one solid mortal wizard backup guy. I'm just...
Yeah, which is again, Elaine, this was your book. This was your chance to step the fuck up. And Harry brought literally everyone he knows practically. Okay, not the alphas, but essentially he's like, let's go, guys. Let's have fun with this. And Elaine's not there because she's so goddamn useless. She's like, sorry, I have to go to the hospital now because I got slashed my wrist open because a vampire told me to do it. I'm like, okay, well,
it is kind of an
Harry had a lot of problems this week too.
Right? Why wouldn't I don't know why they wouldn't continue her story till the end.
Okay, there's that. But you have to remember is that this is Elaine Stormfront. Okay, this is her first big case. Harry is now Harry's 9 cases from there.
Yeah, well, Harry wrapped up his shit in Stormfront. Nobody stepped in. I mean, Morgan, I guess, gave him CPR. Does that count? I mean, he had to kiss Morgan, so.
A little bit. But, I'm like, or maybe this is her, faith vignette or something like that. She's not, right? Yeah, Harry had solved some cases by the time. Restoration of faith, thank you. That was the... Yeah, but that's why she's 6 more books from now, maybe Elaine will be rocking this shit out in the private investigative world. It is kind of unfortunate for Elaine that... I mean, again, you can say, she lost even just the fact of Anna. But, yeah, like you say, right, 2 people died in Stormfront, and Harry still managed to be the one to concluded. And yeah,
I just think,
Elaine-
it's kind of weird that she didn't get to be here to wrap up her own story, when, especially because, like, there could have been a role for her here, with how many other people were here and doing shit.
She could have been backup coming with Marcone, another wizard from the other side or
But
something.
then I think, well, maybe, Harry just doesn't want to, because Ramirez was there, he didn't want Elaine there. Actually, that makes a good point.
That is a very fair point. Also, Harry and his chauvinistic whatever. Oh no, she's
Protect
hurt.
the woman,
she's a
but
girl.
Murphy, you can come.
You tell Murphy. I mean, Elaine is legitimately injured, though.
I know.
Elaine wasn't
I'm
taking
just
any
like,
of that
this was
shit when
like
she was-
Elaine's problem, and she's not here
Yes.
to finish it off. She's just like, Harry's got this shit. But I'm now willing to say, okay, Ramirez was here, so Elaine couldn't be. Fine.
Yeah,
Whatever.
because she already threw all her tests. If she suddenly came in blazing, that would be bad. Yeah. And then Laura's all like, I'm sorry I tried to eat you. I thought we were dying. You told me to.
For fair, I
My
just blew up your
bad.
cave in your house.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They take a minute to look around and realize, wait a minute, we're in the house.
That's
or
crazy distance.
a
Structure of some kind. on the
structure
property.
close to the house. Yeah, like something that is building related. And once again, Harry's smushed it all.
Okay, so this is really weird. So Lara says, well, the onus was on me to protect you, Harry, because I gave you my word that you were a guest
I
in my
was
house.
hosting the events.
And then
yeah.
Harry's immediately like, yeah, and the Scabies and Malfoy were also guests in your house. And she's like, well, I can't save everyone.
It is yeah, exactly right.
Because you're kind of with it. You're like, yeah, I mean, okay,
Just go a
maybe
little
it
bit
wasn't-
above it, like you say, right? She could have just left Harry there. She did do a little bit above and beyond. She obviously was fast enough to save her, but then it's like, but what about all those other people? Oh shucks, yeah.
Life has changed.
I tried so hard.
And then you get the whole, which we kind of covered last episode, but how Laura masterminded this whole thing about how she was like, well, I heard that these guys were running around. I just laid out this whole plot. And she's like, and it was so easy because Magical does what Magical does, and Scabies and Malvora do what Scabies and Malvora does, and Thomas does what Thomas does, and Justine does what Justine does, and Harry Dresden always does what Harry Dresden does. Sucks I lost my caves, but listen, insurrection quashed.
Wow.
Yeah, Harry's having a hard time with his judgment of people this go round because like the people that he's
Well, because, genuinely good person Lara could have stopped Malvora and Scabies from killing all these women ages ago when she found out about it, but that wouldn't have benefited her in any way. She needed it to kind of more or less come out to this way so that she could make them look like fools
Yeah.
and, squash them for another who knows how
Discredit
long.
and all the whole
And further build her father's power. And
Because that's it, because we get that right in the start where he's like, I didn't sanction this. We're supposed to be in like peace talks and Cesarina's all like, oh, sorry. So yeah, they could have, right? Wraith could have sent his troops in to like shut this shit
immediately.
down, right? But they didn't.
wouldn't have gotten as much out of it and not playing this way.
Yeah.
So Harry has to kind of be like, well, bitch, you are the bad guy. Like, people actually died because of you, and now you get your whole...
I get my
pay
Word Guild now.
reparations, yeah.
Yeah. So I like that Harry's like, well, otherwise you'd have to pay. But now I'm still going to make you pay. I did take out your daily lottery for you, but now you still also have to pay.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah.
I had to look up what a weregild was, and it's actually a thing.
Yes.
It's in history. In history, it's from Germanic law, and it's a tradition where monetary value was established for a person's life to be paid as a fine or a compensatory damage to the person's family if they were killed or injured by another. And the value was determined on their rank in society.
Yeah. Peasants are not
And
worth as
then-
much as lords.
Even better. Okay, fine. You're going to pay a weregild. You're never going to do a genocide again, or I'm going to come specifically after you, Lara. But free the little folk in my name. In the name of Harry Dresden, free the little folk. That is just Harry. Harry. Look who's thinking ahead.
Great. But it's just, this whole thing, though, is super scary when you think of, like you say, how much Lara put into this, how much planning, how much ahead of everything.
Oh, fuck, she's a genius.
And right, and because isn't her said like, oh yeah, somebody maybe thought of this like a century ago, and she just happened to come across this and be like, hey, you know what I could do? Like again, either way, I either get rid of a bunch of magical people that weakens humankind and makes them easier to enslave, or it gets Harry involved and there's just so many levels on this that she did, so many things. I have to admit, I did not see that coming. I did not
A lot
expect.
of moving parts, yeah.
Yeah, some of them I can, like, again, I totally get her. I'm like, oh yeah, you can totally tell she's setting up Malvora and Scabies to like all of that. She's like, sure, right?
Which on the one hand, they are the ones doing it. They're the bad guys. But Lara, criminal mastermind that she is.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I did not initially, I did not see that coming, that she was the one that actually planted the seed in the first place to get that ball. Because, again, the race were so against it, you know,
Of all the people who play the game, she is the one that plays it the best.
When you even inspire their own insurrection so that you can quash it.
Yeah, right. Like, you know what? Someone's going to come for me at some point. Let me just do it on my timeline here. I'm just going to say now
I've got some free time now. Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, before they get strong enough and smart enough, exactly. Let me just wipe everybody out while they're... But even that, even with, like you say, the little people, he's like, even that is you testing boundaries. Oh, you didn't kill them. You didn't. You just like, oh, they trespassed, so I imprisoned them. Just small enough insults to, exactly. Test the waters, test the boundaries, see where. And then, that was the crowning moment, though, where he's like, you're going to release them, and you're going to release them in my name.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Her response, though, like, ooh, that's quite chilling in a way, too, just for how she responds to him after the last insult, of course, the Listerine moment.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you survived, wizard. You who destroyed my father and secured my own power, you have now destroyed my enemies. You are the most marvelous weapon I have ever wielded. And I love peace, wizard. I love talking, laughing, relaxing. I will kill your folk with peace, wizard. I will strangle them with it. And they will thank me while I do. Like, did you know she will? She can.
I mean, that's even a thing you see mirrored in our own everyday world and life and politics and things like that, right? How many things somebody's like, hey, do you, and the whole world just goes, oh, you know, and it's like, dude, do you not see what is actually, like, exactly right, you know, being led to slaughter and thanking you for the privilege to go jump off the cliff, you know, kind of a thing, right? It's like, what, how? But all of that, because even he says, like, just before that, right? He's like, well, if you step out of line, she's like, is that a threat? He's like, I don't need the power of the council behind me to act on my own. Right? Like, again, same as him and Marcone. One day you and me will have a reckoning. Lara, one day you and me will have a reckoning. And Cowl, one day you and me will have another reckoning. You know, like, it's just, right?
A whole lot of IOUs, Harry.
A whole lot, right? Like, again, I got to use for you. You got to use for me. You're bad, but, you know, this can, right? You are, Marcone, the whole, right? But again, he's like, if and when it comes, if you push me too far or go too far out of the thing or pull shit like this again.
Well, when he's tearing her down, he's like, I want children returned to their mothers. I want mothers returned to their families.
Yes.
And he's going through this, and she's like, what would you have of me that I can actually fucking give? Like, I get it, okay? And it's like, but do you, Lara? Like, you went to a lot of fucking effort to get a lot of people killed just to further your fucking power, right? And Harry's like, I don't think you get it. You think that we're a good team. High five, Lara. We both won today. We both saved the day. Because things got dicey at the end. Lara wasn't expecting either one to come up with a fucking army,
again,
okay?
in the heat of the moment, we're all right there too. Like, yeah, Lara's saving him. Yeah, Marcone is saving him. Yeah, they're all, because they're great characters and they're great for the thing. But you're right. When it gets down to the end of the day, you're like, you are a shitty person that just killed all these people just to see if it could be done.
Yeah.
Right? Can I pull this off? Can this be a thing? How many people can I kill and get away with? Which, again, I still argue somewhat, they'd be eating all those people anyways. It's just the specific ones. It's just they went on like an all-carrot diet instead of like...
But yes.
But, you know, exactly. That there was a specific targeted more. And obviously in this case, I guess I should say there is some extra. Yeah. Because there was a lot of people killed in a shorter amount of time than would normally have been. So whether they were fully feeding off of that and gorging themselves or letting any of it go to waste. But, yeah, it's a whole just when you're like, yeah, this is great. Enemies to friends. You're like, oh, no, wait, no, you're still the enemy. Wait, I can't like you that much yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Harry is still, so much.
Harry ambles his way out, blows the dog whistle, and gets help from Molly.
How sweet is that? Yeah. Shambles away and starts blowing like fuck on his whistle.
And in true post-battle fashion, he passes the fuck out.
Yeah. I can just see Mouse rolling in like a big old Saint Bernard to like lead him out of the...
Gotcha, buddy.
Thank God.
Mouse should be lucky that Harry wasn't draped over him.
I was just going to say, I was like, it's a good thing Mouse is as big as he is, because he didn't just have to lapse over the top.
I don't have a carrier. And Harry's like, how come I don't have a carrier? Turn you into a sled dog, you bitch.
You remember,
This concludes our episode 18.22, Kill Them With Kindness. Thank you for listening. You can find us online at freeflowrambling.com and McAnallys.ca. There we have links to our other podcasts, social media, and other fun tidbits. Please subscribe if you like what you're hearing, and please consider supporting us through Patreon to keep the magic alive and to see more content. We are Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk.